Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. So for today I want to show you some of the items that are available for you to actually make quite a big living in Eve, right? So one of the things which can earn you the most amount of money really quick is actually doing transport missions. They are the safest from all of the missions that you're going to go through, but there was one other thing on the transport section, and that is deliveries. Now, deliveries are something else altogether. They do have some risk involved in them, and I would have expected them to have had quite a bit of reward as well, right? So there is something else altogether for that whole section, something for me to discuss at a later date, right? So let's just focus on what is going to go down here. So you're going to see me looking through my ships. I had the option of using any ship, but I decided to use my slowest ship. This ship has not been fitted. It's part of my collectibles. If anybody knows about my old habit, I have a habit of collecting ships. So as you can see, I have 3 ships over here, and I'm nowhere near done with my collection. My collection really needs to be buffed up and pushed to its maximum before it actually is worthwhile. So yeah, that's something else to talk about on another day. When that finally happens, you'll get to see what's going on with terms of the collection. I sold quite a few pieces of my collection, unfortunately. The reason behind it was pretty simple. I kind of messed up. And by kind of messed up, I mean I absolutely messed up. My whole ploy and strategy in the game was totally thrown off balance, and I ended up messing up so bad that at the end of the day, this is all that I can do to try and come back, and that is to rebuild everything from scratch, basically. So yeah, that's just one of the shows of why you shouldn't be too anxious when it comes to the game. Too much of a good thing can become a bad thing so quickly, it's not even funny. So yeah, here we go. As you saw, I'm showing a start of the wallet. It's at 55,967. It's something which is really crazy because you pay escrow on these deliveries. So I expected the rate to be a little bit higher. To be honest, the rate was really low. In order to make a good profit of this, I'd actually have to pull up something like my nearest's delivery hold to maximum just to make money off a trip. Obviously, with this just being 8, you'll see how much I made of it, and unfortunately, there is something else to complain about in that whole situation. The game is never going to be strong enough again to actually support this type of income for a permanent base. These are things you do in your off time. You're at work, you have some time to actually touch your phone for a minute or two, but you don't have the time to sit on your phone completely for 25 minutes. So you grab your cargo ship, you pull as many deliveries as you can, you load it up into your ship, and you move. You make sure that you try and keep it within a trade route that's spread out enough, has enough jumps in it and enough stops, and you make sure that you can make money off the easy things in that entire plan as I'm trying to explain it. But yeah, I doubt it is as simple as I'm trying to make it out to be. Okay, so as you can see, the jumping and all of this is going to take forever. This is pre-recorded, and I have mentioned before that I'm pre-recording because my recording software on my phone isn't allowing me to put on actual audio. And I'm actually going to jump this a little bit so that we reach the first station a lot sooner. And there you go. First station reached at 6:50. Now that is quite a long time to take it to the first station. Right, that's 1 out of 8 packages. I'm gonna get onto moving to the next station, but there is something else to talk about in this whole situation. If you look here, you can see how much of collateral you paid, right? And you can see the reward that it's offering you. 4,300 for 51,000 escrow. That tells you the value of these items are quite high. If you break this box open, you lose this here, and I think you get a strike against you for doing deliveries. But nonetheless, you can actually steal these items. As you can see, open container is over there. So sometimes, and I'm not even going to deny that this is something you can do as part of the playing the game, you can rob the person who you're delivering for. Obviously, they don't know who you are. You could end up robbing your friends if you're not careful, because you're all buying and delivering within HiSec, and it could be anything from a small robbery to a massive robbery, just depending on what is inside the case. Example, this could be it could be a missile launcher, it could be a heavy missile launcher, it could be a medium missile launcher, actually it's a large, it could be a medium missile launcher from the C-class type, or even a B-class type missile launcher. That would make it super expensive, and just for it being here would make a massive difference. Obviously, if I opened it, I'd make 1,000 times what this figure is showing me, and that is just some. No, wait, sorry, I make way more than that. C-type, B-type, A-type, they'll just skyrocket to the top. So let's continue on from here, moving towards the next. I have another 3 stops after that there, so it was quite the trip to go through, and you'll see why it was such a big trip in a few seconds. Okay, so on my way to Arma 11 jumps, I had a look at the wallet. Obviously, I'm looking at the wallet piece by piece, showing how it's slowly ticking up. Now, overall, this isn't going to be a very long video. This is just something you can do in your free time. I'm just going to show you what the actual time on this is. If you're looking at it from start to end, as you can see, the time starts ticking up. It takes 45, 46, 47, 48 minutes. Right, this is to the last stop. It took 48 minutes to get to the last stop from the start. Deliver all containers. I'm going to allow this here to play out. And this is something that you need to see. Now, the reason why you need to see this is this here holds the most amount in this particular context. The next one is going to be a full video. I'm not going to skip it like this. This was one of the most boring items you can show in a video. And it's for that reason that it actually has a lot of these time skips within it. And just for by the way, it's not like these videos that I'm making are reducing the amount of gameplay that I'm doing. I'm actually playing while making this video. So on top of the fact that this is just a show, there's still more going on behind the scenes. And you're going to see a third piece to all of this. It gets more crazy, and there's a lot more to discuss when it comes to the next 2 videos. Now, I have to stop it here. It's right at the end, 49 minutes. If you look at this here, this is where I started. 57,916,000, right? It's quite a big figure. But if you look at this, I basically made 100,000 in 49 minutes. That's not a very valuable spend of your time. That's not a very valuable resource making scheme. It's really bad, to be honest, right? So if you're thinking about this here logically, you don't want to sit around doing these types of deliveries. There are better delivery systems for you to use. I'm planning a video on those delivery systems. It's just very difficult to plot them out in a time zone, because when you try and plot them out and you try and do them all, they become a massive mess, and the number of jumps that they're going to take just takes you all over the place. And the nearest isn't the best shop when it comes to actually traveling from location to location. So yeah, that's just about what I have for this video. I know this is a shorter form video from me. A 10-minute video is something that will only come out for mobile edition games. So I hope that you all do enjoy. I'll catch you all in the next one, where I have another tip for you when you have free time and you can do things in a similar manner.